Hi guys, hello. I'm welcoming you and saying hello from North East London, and in a very little moment Martina is joining to me. I want to welcome you all and send you my love. Wish you happy Wednesday. We are almost halfway through the week, so that might be a good thing. Great little theme that we are going to be talking about, and the theme is, do you feel safe in this crazy world? So Martinka is joining us in a little moment, and she's here. Ciao Martinka, hello.
Hi everyone, how are you?
How is everyone, guys? Where are you at? And what's
the weather like? Where are you tuning from?
What's the weather like?
In the UK, we got really lovely sunny weather today, so it's fabulous. Cold, but sunny, which is really nice.
It is very nice, and I keep on saying this. It's like, I can't wait for spring. I can't wait for spring. But the truth is, beauty every single season. But I'm ready. I'm ready for spring. I don't know how about you. Hello, everyone who is joining us. I see the numbers rising. Send us a little heart. If you like what you are hearing so far, if you like being with us, and in case you have been with us in the past and you're joining again, we are excited. Send us a little thumbs up, little hearts. We love seeing them. We love connecting with you and spending a time with you. So thank you very much for joining. Today we are broadcasting in English language. Every Wednesday we do this. It's just we amend it. Sometimes we are in Slovak because Martina and I, we are both Slovaks, so that's for Slovak and Czech people. And then every other Wednesday we are broadcasting in English. And today we've got this exciting subject. But before we go ahead, let us just briefly introduce ourselves and say what we are doing, why we are doing it, and what's our purpose here. So Maćka, I'm giving you platform.
Thank you very much. So hi guys, my name is Martina Stewart. I've been living in the UK for nearly 20 years. I'm a mom of two children, boy and a girl, 13 and 9-year-old. They're growing fast. I'm just always telling them, stop growing. It's just going so fast. And something about me, I love helping people with introducing them into healthy lifestyle. I myself have been vegan for last 5 years, and I know how this lifestyle can improve some people's life. That's why I'm so passionate about it. And also I do help ladies, just like you or me, if they feel they want to, I don't know, lose the weight, or they're tired, or they would like to have that sharp mind, because sometimes we got foggy mind. So I'm running a 30-day clean and lean plan with me, where you can actually refresh all of your buttons in your body and just start again. So if you would like to find out more, just send me a message. You know where to find me. So that's about me.
Thank you, Maćka. And what's your purpose in life?
Helping people to feel fabulous.
Good. Thank you, darling. Thank you for sharing. Very briefly, my name is Lucia Hoxha. Many of you know me, some of you don't. So I briefly introduce myself. I'm a yoga teacher and a lifestyle coach. I work with women. I support them all over the world to live the life they love, because I do believe we all deserve it. Sometimes there is just stuff that is holding us back. It's stuff from the past. It's the decisions that we made in the past without being aware of it. And sometimes when we don't know about what is holding us back in life, we can experience that certain areas of our lives are not working, or not working as well as we would like them to. And coach is someone who is helping you to discover these, I call them blind spots. So once you clear them up, you can then freely move forward in all of the areas, but most importantly in the area of your life that is the most important to you, whether it's relationships or health or that dream job that you want to get, or whatever it is, peace of mind. So girls and boys, I can see all sorts of genders are joining us. Thank you very much for your hearts. I want to say I like this streaming to be interactive. In fact, Martina and I, we created this almost a year ago now, Machi. We've been doing.
Do you know the specific date?
Go on.
I can't remember.
I don't know.
We need to have a look at it so we can have a prosecco one day.
Yeah. Maybe one.
And everyone who's watching us gonna have some drink, and we're gonna have a drink.
You know what? Many people are watching us from work, so maybe just a secret.
Oh well, cup of tea will do.
You can put it in a Coke bottle. Anyway, very excited subject today, guys. We are always trying to find something that that you suggest. So please keep on suggesting us things that you would like to talk about, or things that we feel that would resonate with people, because the chances are, if we feel a certain way, we are not the only ones, okay? And so we always try to choose something that we believe that will resonate. Today, we are talking about whether we feel safe in this so-called crazy world. And we are going to talk and approach it from lots of different angles. First of all, I want to, because this is about bringing people together. This is about us sharing, just not about us talking at you. It's about conversation, or that's what we are trying to encourage all the time. So first of all, let us know where you are joining us from. I know people are joining from all over the world, and we are so pleased about like having this platform where we can bring us all together. And then let's ask first question, and me and Martina, we can share until we see your comments, and then we will.
Can I just ask if you can see the comments? Because I just can see people are watching us.
Yeah.
The only I can see the comments on my iPad.
Yeah,
so
I think see more people. I can see more and more people joining us one by one. So far, we didn't actually, guys. Send us a comment, like even saying like hi, hello, just to make sure that we can.
Just hi from UK.
Or hi from Azerbaijan.
That would be marvelous.
Yeah, thank you.
And if you're still skiing in Slovakia or Czech Republic, let us know as well.
Yeah, and comments are working. Thank you very much, Barbie, and for your personal message. Thank you, darling. She's saying hello, girl. So it is working. Great. So let's move on. And Liz is saying hello again. Good. So let's start with a first kind of little bit of question, guys. Wherever you are joining us from, share with us. Oh wow, Sylvia, hello from Sri Lanka.
Sylvia having holiday in Sri Lanka. Excellent.
I told you it's from all over the world. Good. So guys, from wherever you live, okay, I am interested to know, we are interested to know, do you feel safe when you're walking in the streets in evening, at night? Share with us. Martinka, how do you have it?
You did ask me this question, and do you know what? I do feel safe. I think when I was younger, back at home in Slovakia, you know, I think when you're younger, you're like, yeah, this is my world. You're not really scared. I think when you're growing up and you may be older, then you become a little bit scared of yourself. It's like loads of people saying, if you don't do bungee jumping till 21, then it's really, you know, slight chance you might do it when you're older, because you're starting to be aware, you know, what can happen if I'm gone, whatever. But I do feel safe, especially at the moment they rebuilt our town, which is much nicer now. So yes, I do feel safe.
Yeah, and I know you live outside of London. You're not living in a center.
Yeah, not in the centre, no.
Center. I still live within the M25, which is within the tube line. I'm not in the central London. I'm northeast. I have it like I feel safe. I can say, but I am always, you know, I have that. I think like healthy. I'm like aware.
I go back as well.
Yeah, I'm just being aware. You know, sometimes I actually walk in the dark, especially in winter, a lot. You know, going to my classes in the mornings or in the evenings and nights. And I must say, I'm not like scared, but when I'm going in streets which are like a little bit of size, I'm aware. Yeah. You know, the area where we live, stuff happened in the past. It's not unusual. And so, you know, things like I love to listen to my audio books, And I must say, even yesterday when I was walking back home,
while you're walking in the dark.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like yesterday, I just realized maybe I could
crazy.
At least like I actually took my one ear,
so you can hear.
So I can hear, because it's not about being scared. It's about being safe and make sure
safe and aware.
You are aware, like what's going on around you.
Yeah.
And not attracting that consciously.
Someone is in Las Vegas, USA. Hello.
At Las Vegas, we have Anka joining us from Gold Coast. Anka, I was diving with turtles in Great Barrier Reef there. 11 p.m. here. Brilliant. Hello, guys. Hello from Slovakia. Thank you for joining us, guys. And come and share with us, how is it for you? Do you feel safe on the streets? Please feel free to share, because there is no right or wrong answer. This whole broadcast is really about us sharing, because the more we share, the more we kind of get to know other people's world. You know how sometimes you think that you are the only one with this kind of feeling. And one of the reasons why I created this platform, or this regular streamings we do every Wednesday, is it's interesting, how other people have it, because then you feel like, actually, I'm not weird, or I'm not whatever, like other people,
the only one.
We don't feel so lonely, basically. So share with us. Next, moving on, next thing I wanted to maybe have a conversation about is, how do you think the media are impacting us, and actual information, not just media as a TV, but also like anything, radio, the social media. What do you think, how it's impacting us in the way of us feeling safe, having that feeling that actually, we are okay? And we've been talking about this with Martina before this broadcasting. We always have a little catch up, and we came up with a few things. Mati, do you want to share about it?
Yeah, I said, because the last, I would say, a good 3 years, I stopped watching telly. I do watch film on the weekend now and then. I go to the cinema now and then, but I totally stopped watching television. So you said it's like a detox from the telly and the news, especially in the news, because there is loads of negative news around the world, which is good to know what's happening. But if you're having it every day, every hour from the news, it does affect you. And how I said to you, because I stopped watching television, I'm like a cleaner or something, inside. And then if sometimes I do watch telly, I'm taking it much harder. It's like a really, really hard feeling on my heart, like no, I can't just watch that. Or when it's like a really scary film, my body and my mind just taking it differently now, which is really, really interesting. So guys, if you're still watching telly, if you're watching news, the same news 5 times in a day, you are used to that kind of energy. But once you stop watching that, for example, for 30 days, because we love 30 days, you change that habit, don't you? Try that. Just stop watching television, and then you will feel it's just different energy.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking in Slovak television. When I'm back home in the summer, I cannot even, that is so much negativity in the news, and so many bad things happen.
I must give credit to Joj TV in Slovakia. I just love the of the broadcasting. They always, I remember when I used to, I don't watch a lot of TV now anymore either. In actual fact, Sheriel is saying, I have not watched TV for 8 years.
8 years, well done.
Do you know what? We've got a massive TV is behind me, but like I don't even know how to turn it on anymore. I actually forgot.
I don't. We changed it to a different. We had Sky before, and I said, Zoe, come on, I want to watch some telly or something. She went, Mother, you don't know how to do it. I said, don't.
Yeah, and I don't miss it. We watch Netflix and we selectively choose. It's quite incredible when you think about it, like how much information is being chucked on us every single day. There is a research done that we've got about 40,000 thoughts every single day. It's a big number, but this research has been done years ago. So I dare to say, with the amount of information that we now upload it, imagine, like, you know, on a Facebook, on social media, you know, on the, it's just constant, isn't it? God forbid you are on app which is sending you newsfeed, right? I don't do that anymore, because it's not only like it's taking away your time and, you know, putting you in space where there is not much of a, you know, positivity going from there, unfortunately, because that's the news, right? That's people.
Yeah.
So, like,
I mean, it's good to know and find out what's happening in a life, you know, but not every single day.
And not,
or not into that kind of details. I don't know.
And at least being conscious about, okay, like, how much this is giving me, how much do I actually need this information, how much time is it taking from me, is this good use of my time, is it distracting me from things that I should be really focusing on, like being with, you know, things that are important, like being with your family, spending quality time, or, you know, focusing on your goals, you know, on your business, like making those important calls, or you know, how much is it actually distracting you from just
someone said something which I really, really love, is like, you know, when you're watching some X Factor where people go for their dreams, so are you that one who's watching someone else building their dreams on a telly, or actually you're going to kick your ass and do something for yourself and build your dreams? And if someone said that to me, I said, oh my God, yeah, why would I be watching someone else?
Romanko, on your question, we are talking in English, because every second week we are talking English, and every second week we are talking Slovak. So that's just the setup that it is. I just wanted to reply on your comment. Our friend Roman is asking this question, and it's true, you know, most people are joining us from Slovakia and Czech Republic, but we just want to be open to all those other ones that that is, you know, my friends or Martina's friends who are not speaking our language.
Not Slovak or Czech, yeah.
Lucka is saying, I'm a journalist, I must track new informations. Well, that's completely different story. I've got Maddie, my friend, she is producing BBC, so on the morning news, so of course, you know, it's part of the job. That's completely different. But I must say, you know, my friend Maddie, I love her dearly, but, you know, she found it really, really you know, really difficult sometimes. I remember when she came to my retreat, she came back, and luckily she was in a good place, but that's when all the terrorist attacks been happening last year, and she said, Lucy, I'm dreading, like, I'm just praying to God that it's not going to be my shift when there is another terrorist attack, because it's really impacting me so much. So having this as a part of your job, great respect to you guys. I really take my hat off for you. So yeah, that's about media, and media's got such a big responsibility. You know, I was actually studying on university mass media communication, and we've been emphasized to be responsible for what we, you know, what we put out from our mouth and the impact it has on people, even doing this little thing. And we are nowhere, like, we are international now, but we are nowhere as big as, you know, we are not a TV. But I am always, and hopefully sometimes I get it wrong, sometimes we get right, you know, I'm always conscious about contributing in positive way. And that's why I'm so glad when you send me your comments that, you know, it brightened your day, or it contributed to in some kind of way, these little streamings of ours. Claudia is saying, I watch TV sometimes, but I simply, let me read it, I simply
do Ho'oponopono.
Well,
what is that?
It's Claudia, I know it, it's great. I can Ho'oponopono. Claudia actually sent in an earlier message, and to actually say it correctly, it's basically 4 little sentences that you do, and it serves also as a protection.
Is it the I'm sorry? What is it?
Yeah.
I heard that.
Yeah,
it's a book about it, isn't it?
I actually always forget about sequence, but it's actually in one of the Claudia's comments, so it's worth to have it. And it's also a fantastic little tool how to find that internal peace and that balance inside. It works so beautifully.
Heard about that.
or if you have a friend who you have a disagreement with, and you need to tap into that space of, you know, peace and calm about the situation, like find that forgiveness is a bit.
I'm sorry, thank you, I love you,
Please forgive me is one of.
please forgive me.
But
That's it.
in the
Yeah,
sequencing, I think. Thank you very much for sharing this, Claudia. That's
thank you.
great. Thank you. So yeah, another thing I want to mention is safety, talking about safety or perception of feeling safe, because a lot of times it's actually our perception, you know, it's like how we view the world. You've got these people, and I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about when I say you've got these people who, you know, they're totally like, you know, open to new possibilities, and they're like, they appear to be like fearless. They just take opportunities. They're very positive, very, very much up for it. And then you've got people who are like a bit holding back and a bit wary, and they need to take time to decide, and, you know, just doing a lot of thinking, and you know, need to build a trust and that kind of thing. And then you've got extreme of people in terms of safety. I did come across a few people in my life who, you know, because of circumstances, whatever happened in the past, traumas, that kind of stuff, and yeah, this feed of information that is reinforcing you to think about the world being a horrible place, which is, you know, there are so many great things. Let's say there are so many amazing things happening in the world that are just not being reported, or not so often as this bad stuff. There are people who are actually wary of even leaving the house. You know, imagine, and I feel very humble even sharing this. You know, sorry is not the word. It's more like I feel very compassionate towards all the people, and it's not so unusual as we think. It's just we don't talk about it. There is a lot of people out there who became so scared of even facing another person, or even look someone in the eye, or, you know, go out.
But that would be really dramatic, something to happen to them.
Yeah. But it's not unusual, and I wanted to mention it because it's not unusual, or you know, you think twice before you know, you go out or meet someone. One of the things that is really well, it is what it is, but I still can't help to find it sad, is that people are subconsciously like scared of each other, you know. And if someone does, it's almost like if someone does something nice, it's like it is, sometimes it can be taken as a like weird.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Even like us doing this, it's like, this is, you know, some people can perceive it like, this is weird, like why would someone do something for someone else unconditionally? And I want to touch on one thing, guys, and for those of you, maybe like those of you who are joining from America, maybe some people in Bali, there was stuff going on there, a lot of people from UK here on this platform as well joining us. Anybody had an experience from 7/7 bombings in London? Matka, you've been here already, but have you been?
I have been, but I just heard it from the news. I haven't been in London that day, so I just heard it from the news. Yeah.
Because these kind of things really like, and it's almost like makes us staying small, because I remember even like myself, right, like having all this knowledge about, you know, how media impacts us, and like done work on myself in terms of personal development. I must say, like, it shook me. I was on one of the trains at Aldgate, not inside the train that went poof, obviously, but I was in the train 10 minutes before that train. So like, and it was 9:35, I think, and I was normally I would be either on that train or on one train behind, depends like how I get out of the house. But normally I used to take one of those two trains, but I was doing expenses for my boss, and I was tired night before, so I was like, I'll come early next day, and that actually maybe, who knows, even saved my life. So in my in this instance, I was like massively shaken from this. A lot of my colleagues didn't get to work at all. We had an empty office. The whole day was very traumatic for me. We couldn't get home. I seen people on the street with the cut faces later on in the day. Through the building where I was working at the time, through the first floor, we actually had at Blackfriars one of the trains going, so security in our office didn't know whether to keep us in or evacuate us, because it was one of the target places where maybe next bomb could have gone off. So the whole experience was very strong for me. And
Sure.
I remember in terms of safety, suddenly I saw a lot of bikes. Yeah, people didn't actually want to go in the tube much or use the public transport. I noticed a lot of ladies who used to wear the heels before started wearing trainers, including me. That was definitely. And then also what I sensed was this huge mistrust and this kind of like being scared, you know, this feeling of everybody being a stranger and potential threat.
Yeah, when you're saying that, it's like yeah, be aware of people when they got bags or looking for some kind of strange behavior.
It was quite paranoid in a tube.
Paranoia.
Myself being there, and then you hear they even do.
So how did you deal with that situation then? What would you help, you know, people if they go through that kind of similar situation? How did you deal with that?
Well, and this is in general, guys, because this doesn't have to be terrorist attacks. It was enough, like if someone stole your phone. It happened to me actually last year. Someone ripped it off from my hand, and it was a motorbike, right? Or if you had, I actually had several incidences of, even like when I was 16, I was, I was not attacked, but you know, I was approached in the park, and thank God I ran away, and I had a pepper spray, so God knows what would happen after. So I have got several.
Oh my God, looks like you've got loads of.
I can tell you stories.
Yeah.
So, but in general, you know, I'm just really grateful that I have a personal development. You know, I'm in this field, not only doing it as a job, but of course you apply it to yourself and you use the tools, because otherwise I think I would have a lot of reasons why to feel insecure, anxious, to even live my everyday life, or, you know, walking in the streets. How did I deal with it? Well, and this is just for me, talking about the terrorist attack, I did feel wary. I didn't feel, it didn't feel nice to go in a tube. I personally needed a day off, just to, you know, just to calm myself down a little bit. But then I chose to, I have this theory that if you're scared of something, you know, I was very scared of diving. You know, I'd done it. I'd done a diving course. So I was scared to go in tube, but the best strategy is actually to do it.
Do it
as soon as you can, because anything you are scared of, whatever it is in life, the best thing is actually, you know, going through the process and realize it is up here.
It's just in the head. Saying that, you just remind me that someone practicing that on themselves as well. You know, they're scared of heights, so they're going to jump from the aeroplane just to prove that it's just, you know, it's a fear and it's all about only in our heads. And apparently once you've done that, it's just amazing relief in your body. Like, wow,
makes you
know
feel
what was stopping.
It's great opportunity for growth. I always see that. Liz is sending us message saying 7/7 was scary. I was at work trying to account for all of our employees, so I was in practical HR mode for me because there wasn't as much visual coverage. That's very true, actually. I remember that day nobody told us anything. It was power cut to start with, and it was like, okay, power cut, because phones didn't work, and slowly it was revealing. Thank you very much, Liz, for sharing. You're probably writing more than that, but I can only see this on my screen. Thank you, honey, for sharing. You know, and it is impacting us in a huge way. What is important to, I think, with fears, and especially the fears that let's, I mean, that this stuff going on out there, and I'm definitely saying be reasonable, be, you know, stay safe, don't do crazy things like, you know, like me, hey, having headphones going through the, you know, park on my own, like that was just crazy stuff.
That is crazy.
You know, like, be aware, you know, like, maybe, you know, don't expose yourself, don't go with a short skirt, you know, through the, you know, try to make sure that you've got a company, walking to the tube if possible after the party. Obviously, just be sensible, I would say. But the rest, I think the good approach is to acknowledge that possibly the fear that you have, it's coming from some experiences in the past, maybe even from our childhood, and it's so worth to invest in you know, counseling or any kind of help if that is preventing you from living life fully. And it can be something big, and it can be something minor, but that is stopping you from, you know, reaching out to people, getting yourself out there. You know, you're spending time, like, your life living underneath the blanket, and you might miss opportunities. You might miss you know, going for that job that you want because you have a scarcity of money, which might not be you know, it's in our head, is not reality. It's very, very, that's why I love personal development, and I love, you know, releasing these blogs, because then we can feel so much more freedom to really live the life we love. It's very unnecessary to spend the time in a fear of any kind of that feeling of being unsafe.
So many times happen, you got how you said it, you got fear from something, and then once you overcome it, it's like, wow, you know what I was fearful, it was just, I was just silly, isn't it?
Yeah. And sometimes
you got kind of
yeah. So glad you're saying that, Mati. Sometimes you even laugh. I feel like I'm talking a lot today. Sometimes you even laugh when you come to the other side. It's like, oh my god, I can't believe, you know, and that's beautiful.
But you know, and something is when you take, okay, if you doing something that's like a short time, you say, okay, wow, but what if someone is for years of scared of something, you know, and he's losing that kind of potential, and when it's done it, but maybe it's like it wasn't the right time. You never know, isn't it?
I know. And that's why I'm encouraging people, because you need to get into that stage when you're ready to, because there are times like when we are trying to get rid of something ourselves, like struggle, you know, like it can take a long time. We waste a lot of time. So
but then maybe it's not the right time.
It needs to be the right
because
time.
I'm experiencing, you know, we had chatted before. I think if it's not the right time, if it doesn't feel right, maybe the body and mind is not ready to do that.
But on the other side, it can be just in our head, and we're actually sabotaging us. Because if we take that step forward, if we reach out for support or whatever it is, then it is actually that procrastination is harder than taking that step. Because once you take that step, you know that you're already living into the new future that is like going towards the light. When we are not taking that step, and often we sabotage ourselves in a very clever way, directly, indirectly, procrastinating, you know, not the right time, not enough money, not enough time, you know, we have millions of excuses. But the fact is, we are being stuck in the same old pattern that is impacting our lives in so many ways. So that's why I always like to be here for people, for those who are ready, and also letting them know that, you know, it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be painful process. It doesn't have to be so long. They don't have to do it on their own. And just trusting that when people are ready, they will appear. Veronica is
there are some comments.
Yeah, go on. Go for it, because I'm talking a lot.
But I don't know which one. Do you know what? Doesn't show me on the iPad here.
No?
Maybe you have to do it.
Veronica is one of the bravest girls. She does crazy, great stuff, and she's.
I've been watching her lately.
She's amazing.
Okay, I've got it here.
Yeah.
She said, "Why Lucia looking so good?" And then she
you.
said, "I'm no longer fearing anything. Keep just doing the right thing." That's right. Because even though if we're doing something we are having fear for, and if we do it and it's not the way we want it, we're still learning something, don't we? If you don't do anything, you know, there is no improvement, you just stuck. But if you do something step by step, even though it's not the way you want it to be, but you still learn something from it, and that's very important.
And you have that nice feeling that you're growing, that you're not being stuck. I think for me personally, one of the worst feelings is like being stuck, because that just makes you feel a little bit like down and depressed, because you don't feel like, you know, you're moving towards something. You just feel this, you know, I don't know how to explain it. At least
I know, then some people are okay with that. Some people are okay to be stuck and not moving, and then some people are more.
It's about awareness, isn't it? I actually really like Veronica's comment, because she's saying keep on just doing the right thing. This is such a this is actually deeper than it sounds. Veronica, and thank you for posting that comment, because this is it, you know, like doing the best you can, because that's in your control. The truth is, a lot of things are not in our control, right? Like majority of things when you think about it, okay? But like Veronica is saying, doing the best we can, taking responsibility for all the things that we can take responsibility for, and then just trust that when we do that and do that consistently,
it will go the way we want to.
Eventually things will start aligning, you know, in our life, and before we know it, things will start aligning in such a way that, you know, in year time, every single year I look back and I was like, oh wow, look how amazing. It was challenging, but amazing year, you know, how much I moved forward. And this is the kind of life I wish for everyone, you know, to be able to look back and to see, oh wow, look how many, you know, in my case, like how many people's lives, you know, got transformed, how I improved my relationship with my husband, you know, or, you know, how closer we are with my friends and so on. It's beautiful life. I really wish this for everyone. We've got more comments. Do you see a comment from Henrietta?
I do. She says, I was in 9/11 New York with my family. It was a mess. I'm glad that we escaped. Very scary. So that was a very scary experience, Henrietta. I was watching that at home. My husband called me that day. She put the news on. I just could not believe. I was just in tears. So to be actually there must have been very scary.
I remember that day very well. I was jet lagged. I came back from
Egypt. You do that those days. You do remember exactly where you were as well.
Yeah, I came back from Egypt, and I remember. Henrietta, but what I'm interested in, because you've been there, tell me, what was the good things that you took out of it? What moved you? What is there anything positive that you took with you as maybe something that you even cherish till this day?
I think people in this situation, people do help each other. You do find a kind of, you know, you don't, it must be, it's not stranger for you. You do go and help, you know. So I think overwhelmed and people just helping each other, because you could see that on the telly anyway. Everyone was trying to help each other. And
I love, and do you know what? Everybody is wondering, because I actually love disastrous movies, like the fiction, but I love disastrous movies. And everybody's like, why do you like, you know, movies about the end of the world? But I realized the reason why I love it so much is that that's when the humanity comes out, the essence of
the behavior you wouldn't actually do in a normal life. It's nothing happening, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It brings most of the times, okay, sometimes the worst out of people as well, but majority of it, and that's what I firmly believe, are humans. We, you know, nobody's like white, nobody's
Yeah,
completely
yeah.
black, you know, we've got different shades, is that and that. But I love it because people really tend to like pull together, you know. I mean, white
The
help
hero appears in crisis.
people, white help
Claudia,
in
yeah.
Syria, right? There was a little, I don't watch the news, but I love this, you know, they've been saving the baby, you know, like things where people needs to be saved. In Walthamstow, where I live, there was amazing story, and I'm so glad it was broadcasted and it went everywhere around the social media. There was we have this little motorcyclist, you know, the cyclist on this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
in here, I mean, he's quite famous because, you know, he's noticeable, right? Not many people can do it, and not many people do it on the way to work, right?
On that big wheel.
Yeah.
What, like in 19th century? Is it really?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
So
wow.
we've got one young man who is doing this, like he's cycling to work like that every day. Okay, love it, love it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Do you know what? He's quite known, as you know, people spot him, and he
Sure.
got, I think it was a year ago or 2 years ago probably, he got trapped under the bus. Yeah, one day. And he was literally like trapped. Yeah, it was like the bus was on the top of him. He was alive, but you know, he had his legs, or you know, part of the bicycle stuck. Do you know what happened, Martina? I don't know whether it was 50 or 70 people, literally everybody in Walthamstow station.
Lifting the bus.
Lifting up the bus, trying to get him
Oh
up.
my God.
And I was like, I was crying. I actually couldn't do anything for the rest of the day because I was so moved by this. You know, I was so moved by this. And I love to share it on here as well, because this is who we really are. I really believe in our core as human beings, we all have stuff that we are dealing with, and that this.
Oh yeah, but in a situation like that.
But this is what I love, that in our core, this is who we really are. We fundamentally, this is what fulfills us. This is what we all want to do. This is to love one another, to help, to support, to be that, you know, this is what makes us happy. So that's why it's so crazy. Like, so we get so trapped in chasing money and, you know, whatever, being important and fame and I don't know, you know, all this. But really, fundamentally, this is where happiness lies. I don't know.
I want to ask you. You know, you were saying something about you had a challenge that you were hugging strangers.
Yeah.
In a public. You know, there is loads of stuff sometimes going on Facebook as well. I mean, did you get any like a negative response when you came to someone and they said like, no, I don't want to give you a cuddle? I'm sure most of it was people are like really surprised and gave you that cuddle, wasn't it?
We are in London. We are in London. So when we've been doing it in Euston Station, we got literally hundreds of people, and with my little voice, I was trying to introduce it. And then, and it was quite interesting. So we had the people who've been like, you know, on a phone, like, ignore it, like, you know, like some people come like, give me money, like, you look down, yeah. But actually, then they started peeking out like this, like, what's going on, you know. And then once I got a first hug was the most challenging one, you know, because everybody's busy waiting, rushing. And then once you get a first hug, people look and notice, and they're like, inside they go into that child mode when it's like, you know, like, and in London everybody's like, you know, but they look and they are like, and then suddenly people started smiling and people started noticing, and then you hug and you hug and you hug, and energy, like, honestly, within a 15 minutes max, we shifted the energy in whole Euston. That's thousands of people. Okay.
Yeah.
And what is even more beautiful, people started hugging each other. So nice. Like there were a few of the brave ones,
Yeah.
like, oh, what the hell, you know.
Yeah, why not?
No, it wasn't anymore like just us hugging people. It was actually people hugging each other, and I was like, you know, this is. And so we really, in a mini scale, at least for those few minutes, we made the world a, you know, more pleasant place. And I bet you anything, those people, because of those hugs, even that they saw the hugs, that something like stopped, you know, and somehow the energy shifted for the rest of that day. So I believe that we impacted a lot of people. Was there people,
sure. Yeah,
people who, your question was, did anybody was who didn't hug us? Absolutely. And we respected it. We offered a shake.
But it was less, wasn't it? It was less people.
It was
reactive
few, very few.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I really respected that. Not only that, I felt a lot of compassion just towards those people. And I felt that if there is a way, like, I really wish them to, I just left them with a blessing, because
you know, you never know what
people.
Yeah, maybe they just didn't like that kind of very close.
But you know, it was more than that. Actually, it was the most profound experience for me, because Ian and I who been doing this hugging campaign, who started this hugging campaign, I said to Ian, it's actually the most profound experience when someone doesn't even want to shake your hand, and you come with a smile. Because for me, it was like, wow, imagine what this person must have gone through, the kind of distrust you know you have, that you don't, you know. So it made me actually really humble and very yeah, just. And who knows, maybe this was the first little tiny little step for that person to see that there are, you know, people who want to give.
Yeah, it was like a planting a seed into him, you know, so maybe time when something that to him, he will be more open.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, so we will never find out. Anyway, guys, God, it's been more than 45 minutes.
I know.
So yeah, I mean, to recap this whole thing, I would just say, how shall we close it, Machi? I would just say, guys, I think we said most of.
I would just say it's try to stop watching telly for a little while. Try to detox yourself from the television. Instead of that, you can starting to maybe read or find some lovely videos to watch. You know, something what will make you learn more. You know, so you can grow. Just try it for a little while. See how you're getting on. Maybe you're gonna like it, maybe not, but you never know till you find out, till you try it.
And it's like with everything in life, sometimes we have our daily routines and we do our daily things, and this is where awareness is so great, that when we actually, you know, pause and give ourselves that time to reflect and think, like, are these things that I'm doing on daily basis are moving me forward in life?
Yeah.
Or are they actually making me feel more stuck? And, you know, are they, is it like time wasters, even more like you know, energy and brainwash type of thing wasters? Or is it something that is worth spending my time on? And there is not
you know, there can be from why they feeding us with such a news feed, you know, that could be as well.
You know, we can go into conspiracies, but that's not what we want to go.
No, sure not.
And do here. But guys, keep on sending us comments. We love to hear from you. We love you. Thank you so much for spending a time with us, whether it was just whether it was just 5 minutes or a little moment or a whole broadcasting, whether you are watching us live or in later on when you come back from work. Thank you so much for being with us. Way to speak to me, so I need to say goodbye because she will keep interrupting.
You're cutting.
I'm cutting now. Listen, guys, thank you very much. Have a great Wednesday and a nice rest of the week. We are talking again next Wednesday, and we are going to be talking about what? It's going to be Valentine's Day. So we are speaking in Slovak, and we have a really,
So get your stories ready, guys. We're going to be talking about our first loves.
Yes, and we will be talking about much more. We will be talking about 4 languages of love. Okay?
Oh, really? Oh, I can't wait for that.
Yes, I prepared something very special for you. So lots of love, guys, and see you.
Speak to you next week. Bye.
Bye.